Welcome! Today we're making classic French baguettes, crispy on the outside, soft and airy on the inside. Baguettes are known for their light crumb and beautiful golden crust. I'll guide you through each step, from preparing the dough to shaping and baking, along with a few tips to help you achieve that perfect bakery-style baguette. Let's get started! Alright, let's start by gathering all the ingredients for baguettes. We'll need 500 grams of all-purpose or bread flour. If you have bread flour, it works even better for structure because of its higher protein content. Next, grab 10 grams of salt for flavor and 5 grams of active dry yeast. If you're using fresh yeast, you'll need to double it to about 10 grams. Now, for our liquid, measure out 350 milliliters of lukewarm water. This should be just warm enough to activate the yeast, around 38 degrees Celsius or 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Lastly, if you like, you can add a teaspoon of sugar or honey to help the yeast get going. Now we're ready to mix everything up. Let's begin by activating the yeast. In a small bowl, dissolve 5 grams of active dry yeast in 50 milliliters of lukewarm water from the total amount. The water should be warm but not hot, around 38 degrees Celsius or 100 degrees Fahrenheit. If you want to speed things up, add a pinch of sugar or honey to feed the yeast. Stir it gently and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes until the mixture becomes foamy. This shows the yeast is alive and ready to go. If it doesn't foam, your yeast might be inactive, so it's important to check. Now that our yeast is ready, in a large mixing bowl, combine 500 grams of flour and 10 grams of salt. Mix these dry ingredients together. Make a well in the middle of the flour and pour in the yeast mixture we just prepared. Add the remaining 300 milliliters of lukewarm water slowly and start mixing everything together with a wooden spoon or your hands. The dough will look a little shaggy at first, but that's completely normal. Keep mixing until the flour and water are fully combined into a rough dough. Next, it's time to knead the dough. Transfer it to a clean, lightly floured surface. Now, using the heel of your hand, press the dough forward, fold it over, and continue this motion for about 10 to 15 minutes. You're aiming for a smooth, elastic dough. At first, it might feel a bit sticky. Avoid adding too much extra flour. Stickiness means the dough has good hydration, which helps the baguette stay light and airy. After a few minutes, it should become easier to handle as the gluten develops. Once the dough is kneaded, form it into a ball and place it in a lightly oiled bowl. Cover the bowl with a damp cloth or plastic wrap. Let it rest in a warm place free from drafts for about 1.5 to 2 hours. During this time, the dough will rise and double in size. If your kitchen is a bit cool, you can place the dough in a turned-off oven with just the oven light on to create a warm environment. Patience is key here. This first rise helps develop the dough's flavor and structure. After the dough has risen, gently punch it down to release any trapped gas. Transfer it back to your floured surface. Divide the dough into 2 or 3 equal portions depending on how large you want your baguettes. Take each portion and gently shape it into a rough rectangle. Fold the edges inward like an envelope, then roll it tightly into a long cylindrical shape. Aim for a length of about 30 to 40 centimeters or 12 to 16 inches for each baguette. Place them seam side down as you shape. Now that the baguettes are shaped, let's move on to the second rise. Place your shaped baguettes on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, or if you have it, on a floured couche, a special cloth used for proofing. Cover them with a cloth and let them proof for another 45 minutes to 1 hour. During this time, the dough will puff up again slightly. Make sure to keep them in a draft-free area to prevent the dough from drying out. This second rise is shorter, but still important for texture. While your baguettes are proofing, go ahead and preheat your oven to 240 degrees Celsius or 465 degrees Fahrenheit. It's important that your oven is fully preheated to a high temperature for that perfect crisp crust. If you have a baking stone, place it in the oven to heat up as well. This will help create an even better crust. Additionally, put a tray at the bottom of your oven. We'll be adding water to it later to create steam. Steam is essential for getting that golden, crunchy exterior. Once your baguettes have finished their second rise, it's time to score them. Using a very sharp knife or a razor blade, make 3 to 4 diagonal slashes across the top of each baguette. These cuts should be about half a centimeter deep and will allow steam to escape during baking, helping the baguettes to rise properly and giving them that classic shape. If you skip this step, your baguettes may burst unpredictably during baking. Scoring gives them a professional look and ensures a uniform bake. Now it's time to bake. First, pour about 1 cup of hot water into the tray you placed at the bottom of your oven. The steam created will help the baguettes develop a beautiful crackly crust. Quickly and carefully slide your baguettes onto the preheated baking stone or tray in the oven. Bake them for about 20 to 25 minutes. The crust should turn a rich golden brown, and when you tap the bottom of the baguettes, they should sound hollow. Keep an eye on them to avoid overbaking. Finally, remove your freshly baked baguettes from the oven and place them on a wire rack to cool. Resist the temptation to slice into them immediately. Let them cool for at least 15 to 20 minutes. This resting time helps the interior set properly and allows the full flavor to develop. Cutting into them too soon can cause the crumb to be gummy. Lastly, let's go over some quick tips to ensure your baguettes turn out perfect. First, hydration. The dough should feel slightly sticky. Don't worry, that's a good thing. Higher hydration creates that light open crumb we all love in a baguette. Next, steam. Don't skip it. Adding steam in the first few minutes of baking helps form a crisp, crackly crust. For deeper flavor, try the slow fermentation method by refrigerating the dough overnight after the first rise. And remember, shaping baguettes takes practice. If they don't look perfect the first time, don't stress. You'll improve with each bake. Enjoy your delicious homemade baguettes.